Hello guys and welcome back to a new YouTube video. Today I'm talking English because I'm going to tell you all about my last European Championship as a junior. My vlogs are in Dutch these days because that is more spontaneous for me and feels more real for me to communicate to you guys, but I want to share my big moments in English because the people who follow me are from everywhere around the world, and I really want to give you an explanation on every comp I do, because you guys have been supporting me and following me all along the journey. So this was my last European Championships as a junior. I'm turning 24 next year, January 10th. This means I'm moving to the Open. I'm a bit sad about it, but yeah, age is something you can't have control of. So I'm going to the Open with a very positive and disciplined mindset to get even more stronger. So I'm not worrying about that at all. The comp day was a very unexpected day. So many things went wrong, so many things went better than expected. Well, let's just say I started the day with a lot of cramps in my stomach. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I was on the toilet the whole freaking morning. I think I lost like 2 kilograms. So that was something I never experienced before. So I think mentally my stress level was very steady, very healthy, but physically I think my body was just like, my unconscious was just like stressing out so much. There was so many things to lose, to be honest, because the prep went actually amazing, and I had so many big and high goals set for myself that I wanted to complete and I wanted to accomplish, that I think my body was just stressing so much. So actually I went to the venue, just tried to like get something in me, and get something to eat, and my weight was, I think, 72.7. So that was very low for a 76. That was, I think, the lowest my weight has been all time. My first competition wasn't even on that weight, because I started my first competition I ever did was on a lower weight because I was filling in my weight class. But still, this was never weighed in this light. So that was like, oh shit, how is this going to affect my lifts? Well, I tried to like stay calm, set my mental state on a good one. But I was stressing. I'm not gonna lie, I was stressing about everything. I was stressing about my lifts. I'm holy shit, I'm weighing only 72 kilograms. How am I going to do all this? I felt a bit flat. I tried to do everything my nutrition coach said I could do to manage my body weight, but it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. I felt a bit nauseous every time I ate. So I just stopped eating and I just tried to like drink some electrolytes, try to drink water. That was the only thing I could do at that point. Well, when I came to the warm-up room, I started to warm up and everything felt pretty great actually. So that was like a very big concern falling off my shoulders. Squat was feeling as usual. Squat never feels amazing on competitions because it's a first lift and my stress level is always affecting my squat. And I think it's also affecting my squat form. But yeah, so my first attempt was 162.5. It was a heavy first attempt for me. Not heavy, it didn't move heavy, but it was normally I open with 150, so that was scary, but that's what I wanted, because I wanted to have like a 177 to 180 kilogram squat. So I opened with 162 and that moved just like an opener. Then I did my second was 172.5 and I moved like a second attempt, and then I did my third attempt, and it was 177.5. We did this because we saw on the second attempt that there was a sticking point, where there normally is not a sticking point. So we decided to only jump 5 kilograms to stay safe. And it was a good call because I grinded the shit out of me the third attempt. As you can see, I went like I like to say, I went hamster mode. So it is nice to know that I can grind on squat. It was, I wanted to do 180, but still 177.5 is also nice. Yeah, so squat was just perfect, 3 out of 3 lift. Yeah, so I was happy and I moved on to bench, ready for bench, because if squat goes well, you're ready for everything after that, So bench actually felt golden in the warm-up room. I was like, holy shit, I'm going to bench 115 or 112 and a half. So that was the goal. But, well, I'm going to explain to you, in the warm-up room, there was an Eleiko SkyPad bench. And on the platform, it was a Maniac hard pad. So, normally that is not a problem. But a Maniac, I never freaking benched on a Maniac. And I don't want to, put it all on that. But I think it definitely played a part in how my bench went at that competition. Well, it was a fact that I felt a bit flat. I only weighed in 72 kilograms. So I get that. But the warm-up room felt so great. I did 97.5 as a last warm-up to then jump to my first attempt, 102.5. That went up pretty easy. But it already felt a bit difficult on the chest, to be honest. I know you may not see that, but for me, it was, I felt something, I was like, oh, okay, I'm feeling something in here. Is this all right? Or what the hell is going on? But I was just like, okay, let's move on to 107.5. So after that, we can jump to 112.5. I went up for my second attempt and it didn't went up. I just failed it. How that happened, I will never freaking know. It felt like I didn't have any leg drive. It felt like I was stuck on the chest, like there was no space to move the bar up. I was very disappointed. I wanted to cry, man. I was just like, holy shit. I wanted to cry, and I was like, I can't cry because I have to do a third attempt, and then I have to get that. So I was preparing myself to okay, you will not bench 112.5, you will not bench 110 or 115, you will just go and stick with the 17.5. That was fine, but I went up and failed it again. At that point, it just felt like a strength issue, to be honest, because I did not get why the fuck I was failing all this. Bench is normally something that always feels golden on competition. And this time it bailed on me. And it is the lift that I was expecting to go very well. Because in prep, I was repping 106, I was repping 107. And I was... So you have an expectation for yourself that you expect it to go well on competitions. But no, it did not. And I think I'm blaming my belly. And I think I'm blaming the pad, because in the warm-up room, everything felt good. So that's just very unfortunate. I lost 10 kilograms on my total on bench, which is very sad. So I cried after that. I'm not gonna lie, this first time I actually cried after a lift. And I needed to get myself back together to grab everything and get some motivation for deadlifts, because deadlifts were the reason I came for, because I wanted to deadlift the national records, which is 200 kilograms to break it. I cried a bit and I just needed to reset everything. I just went in I just turned inside my head and thought about everything I worked for, why I'm here, why I'm here. I just needed to remind myself that I'm worthy of being here and that I'm worthy of going to Deadlift and get the freaking national records. But it was hard to switch myself from the whole negative mindset to something positive again, because my thoughts sometimes can be very black and white, and sometimes it's hard to pull myself out of like the deep hole. Well, this time I really needed to do, it was crucial for me to do that, because I just needed to deadlift 3 times again, and I don't want to ruin my last European Championships because I'm freaking sad about bench. So I did it. I just went up stage. My first attempt was fun, 75. My second attempt, that went up very fast. My second attempt was 187.5, just as we planned. And then my last attempt was 200 kilograms. And I was scared. I didn't feel like I always did on competitions, because my mindset was a bit intoxicated by bench. So I think that's one of the hardest things I had to do in competition too. Hardest thing I ever needed to do on a competition was pulling myself out of the black hole after bench on Europeans and go into that deadlift kind of hype mindset, and still fucking deadlifting the national record after that. So yeah, guys, we did it. I deadlifted 200 kilograms, and I'm not gonna lie, it was easier than expected, because I thought I would be stuck in the air forever, and then needed to like, oh no, do I have white lights? But no, I have 3 freaking white lights. So I was happy. I cried of happiness, the first time I ever cried of happiness. But this time it was something that felt so, this lift was filled with so many emotions, because I worked for it so hard. I visualized it every freaking day, the last year. So this lift contained so much more than just motivation and discipline. I think this lift contained my soul and everything behind why I do powerlifting, and everything behind the fact that and it was something to prove myself, and I think I proved. In my head, it was more than just proving myself. I think it was more like proving the world what I am capable of. It meant just the world to me to pull that 200 kilogram deadlift. And yeah, my coach and my head coach of Team Hype were there to support me, and all my friends and my boyfriend. And I'm thanking them so much, because they are amazing. They helped me through everything and made me not feel alone when it was hard. I think this competition was a big lesson for me. It was a gift to do this as my last competition as a junior. Sometimes it's just hard. Sometimes you just don't know what to do. And I think this one was a very good example of me trying to find my way back to myself after bench. Yeah. There are a lot of times in life where you have to find your way back to yourself because something shitty happened. And this is like a very small example. Not even, there are way many more difficulties in life. But I think this one is something I can remember when I go through a hard time, that I am capable of getting out, that I am capable of turning something negative into something positive. And I think everyone has to experience it, to know it, and to know how to do it. Yeah. All right, guys, this was my recap from nationals. I had so much fun after. We went to a water park with so many water slides. So we had some fun. and the next day, 2 days after, I went home. Now I'm working again, and yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.